Hello everyone, welcome to our HTML tutorial. Today, we're going to learn about HTML, the backbone of every web page. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to create your own basic web page. Happy learning with Simplify Bits. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a standard markup language for web page creation. HTML is easy to learn. Following is the standard HTML code. Here you can write this basic HTML code in a text file, save the same as mypage.html. When you will open this file in the browser, you will see an HTML page with my first page as title and hello world as content. Let's start understanding the basic of HTML. First of all HTML documents must start with a document type declaration. In this code you can see the same as in the first line. Doc type HTML. Next comes the HTML tag. The HTML document itself begins with HTML tag, second line, and ends with \HTML, last line. The head element contains meta information about the HTML page. The title element specifies a title for the HTML page, which is shown in the browser's title bar or in the Pages tab. In our case, my first web page is our page title. The visible part of the HTML document is between body and \body. The body element defines the document's body and is a container for all the visible contents, such as headings, paragraphs, images, hyperlinks, tables, lists. Let's learn about HTML tags. The HTML tag is everything from the start tag to the end tag. First tag name comes, then actual content, and then finally the tag is closed with \tag name. Remember, all tags needs to be closed except few. If the tags are not closed properly, the design will not look as expected. HTML uses tags to mark up content. For example, we use the H1 tag for main headings, P for paragraphs, and A for links and so on. HTML contains many tags. Here is the list of few important tags which we will cover in next few minutes. First comes doctype in HTML. Doctype declaration helps the browser to display a web page correctly. It must only appear once, at the top of the page before any HTML tags. HTML tag is the root of an HTML document. All other tags are nested within the start and end HTML tag. Head tag contains meta information about the HTML document, including the title, scripts, and link to CSS files. The body tag in HTML is used to define the main content present inside an HTML page. It is always enclosed within the HTML tag. The body tag is the last child of the HTML tag. A body tag contains starting as well as an ending tag. The body tag defines the document's body. The body element contains all the contents of an HTML document, such as headings, paragraphs, images, hyperlinks, tables, lists. Always remember that there can only be one body element in an HTML document. Heading tags. These tags are used to define HTML headings, with H1 being the largest and H6 being the smallest. In the example below, heading are used as follows. H1 heading is the highest level and usually used for the main title of the page. H2 heading is the second highest level and usually used for subheadings. H3 heading is the third highest level. H4 heading is the fourth highest level. H5 heading is the fifth highest level. H6 heading is the smallest level. These headings provide a hierarchical structure to the document, which can be useful for screen readers and search engines. P tag. This tag defines a paragraph. This tag is useful when writing the blog or article where the paragraph needs to be shown properly on the page. A tag. This tag defines a hyperlink, which is used to link from one page to another. The img tag in HTML is used to embed an image in a web page. Images are not technically inserted into a web page. Images are linked to web pages. The img tag creates a holding space for the referenced image. Actually, the img tag is empty, it contains attributes only, and does not have a closing tag. The img tag has two required attributes, src and alt. src specifies the path to the image. Alt specifies an alternate text for the image, if the image for some reason cannot be displayed. In the given example, src attribute specifies the path to the Wikipedia logo, and it's hosted on the Wikipedia website. And alt contains Wikipedia logo text. If the Wikipedia logo cannot be displayed, the text Wikipedia logo will be shown instead. Table tag. Table tag is used to embed images in an HTML page. It contains the tr, th and td tags. Tr tag defines a row in the table. Th tag defines a header cell in a table. Td tag defines a cell in a table. Here's how the table is structured in this given example. The first row codes as tr, contains two header cells, coded as th, which are first name and last name. The second row contains two standard cells coded as td, which are John and Parker. And the third row also contains two standard cells coded as td, which are Rich and Dennis. UL, OL and LI tags. The UL tag in HTML is used to define an unordered list. It groups a collection of items that do not have a numerical order. When changing the order of list items, the meaning does not change. Usually, the items of an unordered list are displayed with a bullet, which can be of different forms such as a circle, a dot, or a square. The UL tag requires an opening and closing tag. The OL tag in HTML is used to define an ordered list. An ordered list can be numerical or alphabetical. The LI tag is used to define each list item. The form tag in HTML is used to create an HTML form for user input. In this example, a form is created which will ask user to enter first name and last name and will call action.php once the submit button is clicked. The div tag in HTML is a generic container for flow content. It does not inherently represent anything. Instead, it's used to group content so it can be easily styled using the class or id attributes. It defines a division or a section in an HTML document and is used as a container for HTML elements, which can then be styled with CSS or manipulated with JavaScript. Any sort of content can be put inside the div tag. Here's an example. This example, the div tag is used to group a heading and a paragraph together, which can then be styled using CSS. Please note that by default, browser always place a line break before and after the div element. The span tag in HTML is a generic inline container for phrasing content. It does not inherently represent anything. It can be used to group elements for styling purposes, using the class or ID attributes, or because they share attribute values, such as lang. It should be used only when no other semantic element is appropriate. Span is very much like a div element, but div is a block level element whereas the span is an inline level element. In this example, the span tag is used to change the color of a part of the text. The text within the span tag, blue, is styled to be blue, while the rest of the text remains the default color. The header tag in HTML are used to define the header sections of a document or a section. The header tag represents a container for introductory content or a set of navigational links. A header element typically contains one or more heading elements, H1, H6, logo or icon. Please note that you can have several header elements in one HTML document. However, header cannot be placed within a footer, address or another header element. The footer tag defines a footer for a document or section. A footer element typically contains authorship information, copyright information, contact information, sitemap, back to top links, related documents. Please note that you can have several footer elements in one HTML document. However, footer cannot be placed within a header, address or another footer element. The nav tag in HTML represents a section of a page whose purpose is to provide navigation links, either within the current document or to other documents. Common examples of navigation sections are menus, tables of contents, and indexes. In this example, this navigation bar has 4 links: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. When you click on one of these words, you would be taken to a different page on the same website. For example, clicking on JavaScript would take you to the JS page. HTML attributes. HTML attributes provide additional information about HTML elements. They are always specified in the start tag and usually come in name, value pairs like name equals value. Here are some common HTML attributes. The href attribute used within the A tag to specify the URL of the page the link goes to. The src attribute used within the img tag to specify the path to the image to be displayed. The width and height attributes used within the img tag to specify the width and height of the image in pixels. The alt attribute used within the img tag to specify an alternate text for an image, if the image for some reason cannot be displayed. The style attribute used to add styles to an element, such as color, font, size, and more. The lang attribute used within the HTML tag to declare the language of the web page. These attributes modify the default behavior of the element or provide additional information about it. Each element or tag can have attributes, which defines the behavior of that element. That's it for our HTML tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. Remember, the best way to learn is by doing, so I encourage you to start writing your own HTML documents and see what you can create. In our next tutorial, we'll learn about CSS, which we can use to style our HTML. In case you need any help or in clarification, feel free to add the comments. We will get back as soon as possible. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.